I built this agent to help me keep my 2 new bonsai plants alive. In this video, you'll learn how to connect your agent with an NFC tag so you can log plant care activities. When you click an option, a message will get sent to your agent with the name of your plant and the activity. We'll be doing this on an iPhone using iOS shortcuts. We'll spin up a Google Sheet where our AI agent can log all of our plant care activities for us. Then we can set up a reminder system where our agent can tell us when we next need to do a plant care activity. Are you ready? Let's start by connecting our NFC tag to our iPhone. When we scan one of these little NFC tags with our iPhone, we'll get a bunch of menu items appear which each represent a different plant care activity. Go to the Shortcuts app, Shortcuts. Tap the Automation tab at the bottom, New Automation. Let's see if we can search for NFC. Run after confirmation, that'll do. Scan. Let's get my phone and scan it. Nice. I'm going to call it Rocket Bonsai. Now I want to create a new blank automation. Search for choose from menu. Nice, okay. Add an item for each shortcut action. So let's go with water, feed, pruning, wire shaping, wire removal. Next, when I click one of those items, I want a message to get sent to an agent who will handle all of the logging for me. I'm going to start by creating a new agent in my relevance account. I'm on the Agents tab here and I'm going to click New Agent, Save Agent. The next step is to figure out how to send a message to it from iOS shortcuts. All of the details that you need can be found in the trigger section when you click Add Your First Trigger, scroll down and click this API key option here. And then you also need to generate an API key like this. Next, we need to build a shortcut that will send a message to our agent. To do that, let's come out of the Automation tab and click the Shortcuts tab and then click the plus button, Send Message to Bonsai Agent. Let's search for dictionary, add a new item. The first item in this dictionary is also a dictionary. Let's call that one message. Add another item here, and inside that we just have a text-based item. Key will be role, the text will be user. Let's add another one. The key will be content and the text, call it hello, the same as this one. And then we need to add the agent ID next, so let's add text. Let's call it agent ID. Okay, that looks good. The next step is to send the API call request itself. Now, shortcuts is really weird in that you have to use the get contents of URL action to send an API request. No idea why. Get contents of URL. Paste in your endpoint. Paste that. Let's click the arrow there. Set that to post. Add 2 headers. Header 1, authorization, your API key. Second header, content type, value is application JSON. For the request body, we're not going to do JSON, we're going to do file, and then in the file section, let's choose variable. We will pick the dictionary one. We're going to add another action called quick look, which will pop up with the results of the API call once you've done it, which is really, really helpful for troubleshooting. Let's test to see if it works. We'll go to the run tab, we'll hit the play button. We should get a message that says hello. Happy dance. Okay, it's time to replace this hard-coded hello value with a dynamic one. Jump back into your dictionary, go into the message object, click hello and delete that. Scroll to the far right at the bottom, click that and click done. Now we're ready to connect our NFC automation with our send message shortcut. Go to the automation tab and click on our automation. Then for each of these menu items, we need to add a text input, the name of the action. So what will happen is whenever you click one of these options, it will run the actions inside each of those options. Okay, so we have water. Next, we want to add run shortcut and click send message to Bonsai agent. Now we can do the same thing again for each of these here. Okay, that's all done. I'm going to test it again with one of the later ones. Wire removal. Happy dance. Now our agent is receiving the plant care activities that we pick whenever we scan our NFC tags. I'm just going to test this quickly on my phone. Beep, beep. And it worked. Woohoo! Before moving on, I added a few bits of extra information. I wanted to know the date that the NFC tag was scanned, as well as the name of the plant that I'm actually caring for. All I want it to do is manage a Google Sheet for me. So I want it to record all of the activities that I've done and let me know when I've forgotten to do something. I'm just going to use the Google Sheets assistant that we have over on our marketplace. Let's find Google Sheets. Let's clone that to our account. Let's connect our account via the Tools tab. Google Drive. Let's use my personal account for this. Okay, now the accounts are connected. Let's go to the Run tab. We can just prompt it for the kind of Google Sheet that we want it to create. Awesome. You have access to a Google Sheet. Next, I want to connect the Google Sheet to the Bonsai agent. I can do that really easily through the Knowledge tab. Click Add Google Drive. I will select my personal account. Go for this one, Add Prompt. What this does is it syncs your agent with your Google Sheets, or if you had any other kind of files like docs or whatnot, it would automatically sync those. So as soon as there is a change in the sheet, the agent is already up to date. Okay, that's already in the prompt. Now this agent has access to the sheet. The next step is to let it know what kind of input it's going to be getting and what to do with that input once it gets it. Okay, now we have all of the information for how to fill in the Google Sheet correctly. Let's give that a quick test. Instead of triggering a task from my phone, I'll just copy and paste this into a new task. Okay, so that information looks good. The only problem is it's not sending it to Google Sheets. This is because the agent can read the sheet, that's fine, but it doesn't have any tools for sending the data, so we'll do that next. We can do that by coming out of here. Let's go to the Tools tab. Let's create a tool. I'll call it Save Plant Activity Data to Google Sheets. Add step, let's search for Google Sheets. Add a single row, that'll do. Let's connect my personal account and select my drive. The spreadsheet I want is the plant care tracker. The worksheet ID is the plant care log. The first row does have headers. And let's just automatically create input variables for each of these. Okay, I don't want all of them to be required. Plant name can stay, type can stay, activity can stay, date, time, that's fine. Notes. Next do reminder. Let's save that. Now we can give this tool to the agent. Let's go to the Tools tab, Add Tool. We can go back to the prompt and use to update Google Sheets. Let's save that. New task, pasty. Let's see if that has been logged. Yay. The last piece of the puzzle that's going to make this really awesome is a reminder system. First, we need to implement the scheduling so that we can be reminded whenever the plants need to be watered. And then second, we need to build a tool for sending a message. The reminder side is super easy. All you need to do is go to the Triggers tab here, then click the Enable Scheduled Messages toggle. And when you go back to the prompt, you can just add something like, on the day that the next plant activity is due, schedule a reminder for Becca to do that activity using the X tool that we haven't built yet. Let's build a tool for sending a message in Slack. Let's save that quickly. Come out of here. Let's go to the tool side. Let's go default this time. Send reminder via Slack. Let's go for send message, and I can connect a Slack account. I'm going to see if I can actually send a DM to myself. That is very cool. Okay, I didn't even know we could do that. Right, so if you select your own name as a destination, you'll have a private DM with the Slack bot that sends out these messages. Mind blowing. That's very cool. Let's make the message an input variable, and we should be good to go. Save that. Come out of here, go back to Bonsai. Let's give it the tool. Okay, that should be okay. Let's go back to the prompt and replace this. Send reminder via Slack. Save that. And then I'll just start a new task. In 2 minutes, please remind Becca to water. Okay, so that has been scheduled for 1 minute time. It's 8:13. It'll be sent out at 8:14. Yay! Okay, so that's the reminder system all set up. Before wrapping up this project, I'm going to clean up the prompt a bit more. I'm going to give the agent a role, I'm going to make the task a lot more clearer, and I'm going to clean up the Google schema and a bunch of other stuff. I'm also going to give the agent a profile picture, some tool icons, and again, I'll publish it on Marketplace so that you can clone it and play around with it if you want to. Thank you so much for watching. Here is the QR code to the Plant Care Assistant.